Hey, yo, guys, welcome back to the Around the Leagues podcast, the number one podcast for people excited that we are back. Now, guys, keep in mind, we did record a podcast last week due to technical difficulties. We had to trash that. We were in the middle of recording one just before we recorded this one. We had to trash that one too. So we don't know what's going on. But before we get into all that, Lou, tell me what's going on, man.
We're just vibing, watching the Cubs kick ass, best team in baseball. As we know, we've been saying it, putting up 10 runs in the first two innings today, putting up like 10 runs a game over the past five. They're balling, no biggie.
And while your Cubs are trending up, my Yankees trending down. They are dog water.
It's almost as if paying all of as much money as possible to get Garrett Cole, Giancarlo Stanton, and eventually Aaron Judge when he gets that new payday,
Easy.
and just having everybody hurt. Maybe that's not the best strategy to win. Hey, money doesn't win, bro. Money doesn't win.
I don't know.
I mean, it does win. Look at the Dodgers, but you got to be smart with your money.
Yeah. Now the Yankees. I mean, they're 7-11, worst team in the AL. They are trash in almost every offensive category. Their pitching is abysmal outside of Garrett Cole. It is going to be a very long year. My prediction with DJ LeMahieu winning MVP, that is already thrown out the window. That guy has played himself out of the MVP race. 17 games into the season. It has been a very difficult watch. And if things don't turn around quick, Aaron Boone is going to be on a very hot seat come June. And
hell yeah, that's what I love to hear. Meanwhile, I'm over here. I love David Ross. I think he's the best manager in baseball.
Yeah, go check his Twitter.
Aside from the 19 tweets that I've called for him to be fired, and I still think he should not be the manager of this ball club. But hey, at least they're competitive, you know.
Hey, best manager in baseball, David. You should give him a lifetime ironclad contract to be the manager of the Cubs.
Hey, bro, he's won a World Series more recently than anybody on the Yankees.
I don't know, Garrett Cole. He
cheated his way to one. You know,
he did. Boy, but yeah, the Yankees are terrible. I did see that you tweeted out right before the show, Nico Hoerner in the Cubs lineup today. You know what would have been nice for the Cubs if he had been playing for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, service time, blah blah blah, whatever you want to call it. Jock Peterson gets hurt batting a solid like 0.95. They got to bring somebody up. They bring up Nico. His first start of the season, they score 8 runs in the first inning. Something's telling me you might want to just play your best players and stop worrying about the goddamn service time 6 years down the road. If he's playing well in 6 years, then you'll pay him in 5. Why worry about what he's making in 2021 when that shit's not even going to matter in 2029 when he's midway through his next deal? Hey, baseball, fix it. I'm not asking for much here. You know?
I don't know. I'm sure they will fix it this offseason when they get locked out of facilities. So
it's going to happen. I don't blame them.
That is going to be terrible. Something else that we've been keeping an eye on this year, the Astros have not been getting hit with enough pitches.
No.
They have only been hit with 7 pitches through 18 games, and that has to change.
Harris might top that himself.
I mean, that is unacceptable. I mean, what are we doing here? Fans are back in stadiums. It should be 1 a game, basically. Like you sing the 7th inning stretch, take me out to the ball. It should just be like, all right, 4th inning, top of the 4th, we're pelting the leadoff guy with a fastball. That's what it should be like. I didn't make the rules.
I don't care about sanctity of the game, any of that. That upholds sanctity of the game anyway, in my opinion. Drill Altuve in the ribs. Hit Bregman in the hip. I don't care.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're facing Springer in Toronto, just pelt him with one. If you're in a benches cleared brawl in Boston, just go smack up Cora. If you strike out, just march over to Hinch in Detroit. if you face Cole in New York, flip the bat 100 feet in the air. Just
probably will because you're gonna be smacking it anyway.
he does give up a lot of homers. So, but yeah, the Astra, like, there's just been not enough punishment, and I suggest we fix it.
I'm all for it. You gotta let the players take control. Speaking of, did you see the Reds pitch? I think it was Luke Sims the other night playing in
I don't
that.
think so.
I think it was in a downpour, and they were trying to keep it
see this.
going, and he just kept getting the ball from the ump, tossing it to the dugout, getting another one, tossing it to the dugout, and the ump's just like, eventually he just gives up. And he's like, all right. It's like, yeah, nobody wants to play. They had to go through it with Stroman. They made it out to like Stroman was this big piece of shit because he didn't want to play in the pissing rain with puddles all over the mound and infield. I don't understand how Colorado the other day is playing in a snowstorm. The snow is massive. How do you pick up the baseball when you're at the plate? How do you see it? It doesn't make sense. Let's just push the season back to May, all right?
First, I don't know about that. I mean, are you just gonna play nothing but double headers every Saturday?
Might as well. I'd rather do that than watch people play in the snow. Ugh, snow baseball? That's gross. But
if I'm playing the show, that's the first thing I set my settings to. Just give me snow. I'm playing in Tropicana. Nah, give me snow. Snow in the dome, baby. Let's do it.
You guys don't understand. If you guys recall back to last summer, this idiot thought he had a chance to take me on in the show, right?
Okay.
That was the furthest thing from the truth. I've yet to lose a game this year. I literally do not lose. What a play by Javi. Diving stop, double play. What can't this team do? Sky is the limit. They're hoisting the trophy come October, November. They'll probably sweep to the playoffs. It'll be done in October. Watch out, Dodgers.
Oh, shoot.
It's just unfortunate that people just thought this team was bad less than a week ago. I mean, what kind of idiot would think they didn't have what it took? They got the bitch-ass Cardinals in last place of the NL Central.
Yeah. My preseason predictions not looking very good at the moment. Had San Diego winning the NL West. That doesn't look like that's going to happen. Had St. Louis winning the NL Central. That doesn't look like it's going to happen. Had New York winning the AL West or AL East. That doesn't look like it's going to happen. Whole lot of trash picks by you, boy.
I had the Twins winning the AL Central. No, I didn't. I had them getting the wild card, but they still don't look great.
I think I had the Angels winning the AL West too, and that is also not very good.
If you would have asked me a week ago how I felt about my ace pick, I would have been very nervous. They started the season like 1-6.
Yeah,
they've won straight now. They're up to I think they're like 11-7. Hey, they're fine.
Yeah,
baseball's long season. That's what they always say. You can't. How can you not be romantic about baseball? Well, I don't want to fuck a baseball. That's how. But anyway, it has been a very interesting season. There's been 2 no-hitters already?
Yeah. Yep.
Almost a perfect game, and we were a pinky toe away from a perfect game in Chicago.
Well, I mean, you don't want to rewrite history. What happens with that 27th out? That was only out 26, you know? You don't know what's happening on out 27.
That would have been out 27.
No, that would have been 26.
Well, then he got 27 out anyway. So that
Yeah, but I mean, batting with one guy on and one out's different than batting with 2 out and no one, you know?
Yeah, that guy, it's probably an easier out. You're like, this guy's an out away from a perfect game. I'll just strike out on a high fastball and we can all move on with our goddamn night.
I don't know about that. I mean, the thing is, I think it's going to be very difficult for a perfect game to happen in the MLB. Really, anytime soon, just because hitters are just they're really good at fouling off pitches, right? I mean, nowadays, if a starting pitcher gets into the 6th, it's like, well, we need to watch his pitch count. So, for what was his name? Chicago's pitcher that threw it. Rodon, yeah. So for him to be able to take a perfect game into the ninth with a relatively low pitch count, that's super impressive. I mean, you just don't see that rarely anymore. I mean, anytime you see a complete game nowadays, the pitcher's throwing 125, 130, and I think he went into the ninth with like 100 something. Very, very impressive. But nowadays, just for a perfect game to happen, you got to be in control. You got to keep batters from fouling off pitches. I mean, that's the reason why we haven't seen one in 10 years. I mean, the amount of skill that batters have had has just went up, increased. And I mean, how many 10, 12 pitch bats do you see in the MLB today? It feels like there's one every game.
Yeah.
And so it's so difficult to throw a perfect game. No hitters, not so. I mean, it's easy to walk somebody or for an error to happen, but to go perfect 27 up, 27 down, I just don't think we're gonna see it ever. I don't think we're gonna see it anytime soon. And for something like Pedro Martinez or the what Harvey Haddock's game, the extra inning perfect games, I don't think you'll ever see that again. When was the last time you ever seen a starting pitcher go into the 10th?
I can't even remember.
Exactly. Even if it was a game, for it to go into extras, you're looking at 0-0. Managers nowadays, I mean, hell, half the Yankee staff that's ever taken a no hitter into the 7th, Girardi or Boone was going to pull him anyway. So, I don't think you'll ever see that again. I think it's going to be a real long time before we see a perfecto in Major League Baseball. But
yeah, probably until about tomorrow when Jake Arrieta hits the mound. Probably.
Oh yeah. Well, and I think it's more likely that you see like a 20 strikeout performance than what you do a perfect. I mean, we had Scherzer throw one a couple years ago. I think that's the only one that was recent. But it's like you got a lot of guys like an Aaron Judge or like a Chris Bryant or guys who just go up there and they're just looking for power, right? They're looking to hit the gaps, they're looking to send it over the wall, and if they strike out, so you live with it, right? I mean, so if you face a whole lineup like that, I think it's much easier for you to get to 20 than what it is to get 27 in a row, because that's just.
There's a lot of luck involved in baseball too. I mean, you could have a horrible swing and just nick the end of the bat and it squibs down the first base line for it. Yep. You're like, okay, I'll take it.
Yeah. Well, and you remember in the 9th inning of Rodon's perfecto attempt, didn't the leadoff batter try to push a bunt down the third base line?
I don't think it was a bunt. I think it just was like a squibbler. And
nobody was covering third. They had the defense shifted towards the first base side, and it's like, really, I mean, if I was a batter, this goes against the unwritten rules, but I mean, why wouldn't you just push a bunt down the third base line and get yourself a double? You know what I mean?
That's what I understand. Like when pitchers get pissed. Oh goodness, home run. but with pitchers, if you hit like if you bunt in like an 8-0 no hitter, I'm gonna be a little pissed. But you can't get mad when a guy's bunting in like a 1-0 ball game and you got a perfect on the line. Like, the game, it takes away history, but also the game's still in play.
Yeah, if it's 8-0, that's one thing.
Yeah.
3-0, I mean that's still a very valid play.
Yeah.
And even with Rodon, the first out in the 9th, you had the ground ball over to first, and Abreu, I think he gets it and then sprints to the bag, has to kind of lay out to hit the bag in time.
Gets it. I mean, it was bang.
Yeah, I mean it's just so hard to do it, and I just don't think you're going to see. I mean, I think 10 years ago we had a stretch where you had Galarraga's, should have been a perfect game, and then you had King Felix, who had a perfecto. It started with Burley's, and then there was like 3 or 4. I think Philip Umber had one.
That sounds right.
Dallas Braden, I think, had one.
This was on Mother's Day.
Yeah. I'm trying. I want to say I'm forgetting somebody, but you had those pitchers throw it, and then there hasn't been anybody since. And there's been a lot of great. You had Kershaw whenever he won 3 out of 4 Cy Youngs. You've had DeGrom not even come close to a no-hitter. Syndergaard, Cole, Ryu. I mean, there's been a lot of great pitchers, and just nobody's getting close to perfectos nowadays, other than what Rodon did the other night. So, credit to him.
Nico Horner base hit. Fuck the Cubs. And with like the 20 strikeouts, we just saw less than a week ago. Jacob DeGrom damn near was on that pace. And it was a 7-inning game.
Yep.
Because of the doubleheader rule, but he ended up throwing 9 in a row, which is one away from setting from tying the MLB record. I would have never guessed that 10 straight was the record. I would have guessed it was like up of like 13.
Really?
But yeah, I mean DeGrom's on fire.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, striking out 9 straight and throwing a damn near flawless game at Coors Field.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah.
And he still almost took the loss because his offense didn't come through until the very end. But, God, Jacob DeGrom's insane. Can't wait till he's a Cub by July.
and I mean, it's kind of by the same. I mean, like 4 homer games, I feel like those are becoming more common. I mean, you had Scooter Gennett hit a 4 homer game a few years ago. Josh Hamilton. So, I mean, it's like you have these guys who just have these like uppercuts. To connect 4 times in one game is impressive, but it's not impossible, right? But for a pitcher to throw 100 straight non-mistakes, I mean, yeah, I don't think we're gonna see it. And for 2 no-hitters to happen already this year, that's pretty impressive in itself.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of like field players have been pitching a lot this year. Like there's been a lot of really good, really close, low-scoring games, and then we've also had a lot of just blowouts.
Yeah.
Austin Dio pitched for the Twins the other day.
Gas.
Fame.
Gas.
He's hitting like 45 on his
gas.
fastball, I guess, is what you would have to call it, but
high octane, baby.
Cubs just batted around for the 3rd time. Hendricks is 0 for 3, and they're heading into the top of the 5th. Not bad day for your starter.
Hey, shout out to Kyle Hendricks for not being absolute dog water.
He was a week ago. So
yeah, I know. I got him in fantasy. He's been pretty trash.
4 home runs in the 1st inning, and they just left him out there. Hey, David Ross, remember how I said you fucking suck?
I mean, at that point, you've lost the game. Might as well just keep him out there. Go get embarrassed some more.
Do I still have our award predictions up? I do not. I lost them. I was gonna check in on how I was doing. I don't remember who I picked for like anything, so can't really tell you.
I had Trout and Giolito. LeMahieu winning the MVP and batting title. I had Abreu winning the RBI. And then who did I have winning the homer? I think I had Trout winning the home run. I think that's what I had.
Yeah, I legitimately can't remember. I know I had Trout winning MVP and home run. I don't know who my Cy Young was in the AL.
I think it's Giolito.
Giolito.
Yeah.
But I had another guy in there that I was considering. But yeah, it's been a great year. I don't lose. I've never had a bad prediction in my life. You guys probably don't know that about me, but literally I've never been wrong about anything.
Literally, never.
Yeah, it's insane. So when my mock draft comes out on Monday or whenever,
that's the answer key.
It's not a prediction; it's the final answer.
It's a spoiler. That's what it is.
Yeah. Go ahead and just take it straight to FanDuel or DraftKings, wherever you place your wagers, and lock in each one. You're guaranteed to walk home with some money. Yeah, but baseball. I mean, draft's coming up kind of soon.
Yeah. One thing I do want to talk about, and this happened between when our last show this has all happened this week. The ESL in Europe. We got to talk about this. This was the craziest stuff on Twitter the whole week.
Oh, yeah.
It was like the most invested I've been in soccer since the World Cup. This was amazing. So I texted you off air, and I was like, hey, man, how you feel about this? And you're like, I hate it. And personally, I did not like it either. But now that it looks like it's disbanded, it's like, man, I don't like
What
what a wild 48 hours that was. Because it really looked like soccer was going to die for like 2 days. And then when Chelsea backed out, and then all the English teams backed out, and then Inter and AC Milan, and I think Barcelona backed out as well.
I believe so, yeah.
It was like, all right, well, I guess this league's done. And it was like, and now you have reports of Arsenal wanting the owner to be fired because they were gonna leave. It was so the fan response is what blew me away, because in America that would be championed. They'd be heroes.
Yeah.
So the best want to play the best only. They don't want to play these farmers in these 2,000 seat arenas all the time. Oh, that's great. Oh, this is awesome. Over there they're like, no, this sucks.
It's similar to like college division or college conferences. It's like regional, but like the good schools in a certain region are going to form up. They're going to play in the same conference.
Sure.
But this is on a professional level, so it's going to be. I mean, it was the heavy hitters of Europe.
It was all the international teams. It was like every big name soccer team that you can think of in Europe was going to be in this league. And the only 3 that rejected the offer, but it was pretty much like pinned in. They were going to, like, they didn't even really ask him. They're like, no, you're going to do it. And then they said, no, we're not. It was Dortmund, Bayern Munich, and then PSG. And it was like, if those 3 say yes, this shit's a wrap.
Yeah, like
soccer dies.
The way I interpreted it was basically if it happened, 15 teams would automatically be in the league every year. It would be those names listed. It would be the the Barcelona's, Madrid, United, City,
Atletico.
And then there'd be 5 other teams from other leagues who, if they wanted to participate, they would be eligible to jump up and down.
Yeah.
But the way that FIFA took it was, well, if you participate, you're disbanded, or you're disallowed to play in domestic league. So then you couldn't. I mean, those other 5. It was going to be a 20-team league. Those other 5 teams, they could fluctuate out of the league, but they couldn't fluctuate back in because they had no way of getting back in, because they couldn't play back in wherever they were playing.
Yeah.
And like the Premier League in England would have been somewhat able to survive, because they still, I believe Man City was still one of the teams that wasn't necessarily guaranteed to join. They're still a big enough name. There's teams like Wolves and...
No, well, remember, like the 6 English teams is going to be Tottenham, Arsenal, Man City, Man United, Chelsea, and Liverpool.
Yeah.
It's like, who's the best team outside of those 6? Leicester?
Yeah, but I mean, they're still a respectable team. And they, like, if those teams all leave, they would be able to pick a lot of good players to, I guess, fill in. Like, because the players themselves wouldn't have all guaranteed to move to those leagues anyway, or that separate league. So, like, I think England was in the best place of, like, they had enough decent talent to survive.
Sure.
You go to Germany and Bayern Munich and Dortmund are gone, you have nothing. You
have
France, take out PSG, you've got nothing. Spain, maybe. Italy, nothing. Like, it was going to be a disaster. I thought it was a cool idea at first, until I saw how bad it was going to completely fuck up Champions League and all of European tournaments.
Well, and not only that, it was like, it was going to kill off like the lower levels of all these domestic leagues, because keep in mind, they got the promotion and relegation, right? And in England, it's like a 7-tier kind of system, and it was like the 5th and 6th levels, like, they would have died. They rely on this Champions League kind of money to support their league, you know?
Yeah, and Champions League responded and was like, you know what, we're just going to change our league. We're going to have a 36-team tournament instead of a 32-team.
Yeah.
I don't like that, but it changes everything. I don't like change, I guess.
Yeah.
In certain things with, like, tournaments like that, but Champions League's always fun because every year you have some team come out of nowhere and make it to the quarterfinals, like FC Porto in Portugal. Yeah, they're not going to be a household name, world-beating team, but they're going to make a run. They're going to get a shit ton of money.
Yeah,
for doing it, and that's how soccer's predicated.
And that's what sucked about this, right? You had all these teams that have made a lot of money off of their names, right? And they were just like, you know what? We don't get enough of this pie. We're going to go get a whole lot of this pie. And to sweeten the pot even more for us, there's no way we can get taken out of this pie, right? We could have the shittiest year ever. It doesn't matter. We're going to still get our big ass chunk of this pie. And it was like, that's what sucked the worst out of this. Is that it was like, no, we're going to guarantee our financial success, and then you guys can go, screw yourselves and go home. Like that is what sucked the most about this. And whenever you make UEFA and FIFA look like angels, they're the
doing something bad.
Yeah, they are the champions of the people. You screwed up royally. It's like. Now, when they came out and said you can't play in any international, like the Euros or the World Cup or anything like that, I think that's whenever you saw players. I'm blanking on the specific ones, but that's when you saw the players, go to their higher ups and be like, hey, no,
maybe let's not do that.
Yeah. But I mean, shouts out to the fans. I mean, the fans just. Because over here in America, I guarantee you that would have been like everyone would have been like, "Yeah, that's awesome." Like, could you imagine college football, Ohio State, Alabama, Clemson, like, and then basically all the SEC schools they all get together to form a league? Like, everyone would be like, "Yeah, that's awesome." You know what I mean? None of the other leagues matter. You know what I mean? But everyone would be like, "Oh yeah, that's awesome." Over there in Europe, they're like, "Nah, this sucks, man. I don't know what this is, but it ain't it, Chief." Like that's
it's definitely a different dynamic. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna make soccer a lot better in terms of like it's gonna encourage the rest of UEFA and FIFA to like fix their shit and spread things out. But
I'm like Perez, like Florentino Perez for Real. He's got to be out, right? Like no one is ever going to accept that guy ever again. Like he's kind of screwed himself out of a job.
Yeah, man, it was a wild week. I mean, it was like Sunday morning. It came out that they were forming a league, and then I think United had a game that afternoon, and it was all over. Like that's all they talked about in the broadcast. And then by the time that game was over, it was like Chelsea and Man City have backed out of the league.
Well, it was on Tuesday because Chelsea was supposed to play Brighton on Tuesday, and then all the fans were outside of the grounds or whatever, and didn't let the team bus come in, and they had to send out some PR guy essentially to be like, stop, please. And then that's what convinced Chelsea to be like, hey, no, we're going to do a little.
Not work.
Yeah, we're going to do a little damage control. But really, all those guys, all the people in charge there, they got to be out, right? The owners, they need to sell the teams, right? Like, they're not going to be. No one's ever going to buy them a beer in their respective hometowns again. I mean,
well, they don't need to technically, but.
I guess
they've got enough money to be all right.
I guess so, but I mean if you guys did not follow along, that 48 hours on Twitter was one of my favorite 48 hours in sports Twitter ever. It
was very exciting. I mean, you saw so many people who don't even know anything about soccer or European sports or anything, and everybody's chiming in. It was just a nightmare.
When like 4 of the 8 top ESPN headlines and like their main story is soccer in this ESL, and just all the reaction universally is this is dog shit. Like, it was a train wreck, but I loved it.
It was very fun. It definitely like showed how important it is for so many people of like, maybe let's just like not take away the sport from. I want to watch Brighton on Sundays. I mean, I don't, but more power to you, I guess. It was hectic. It was something to watch.
I mean, it was like, man, like the amount of money and like people were saying this is our game, not yours. Don't try to buy it from that shit was crazy. And it was like, what do you do to punish these teams? Do you even punish them? Or are you just like, nah, it's cool. You guys tried to succeed. No, you come on back. Or do you just like penalize all of them and send them to the bottom of the league, and then they all get sent down to, the second league of all their domestic.
Why? So they can all go 38-0 and move right back up the next year.
But I mean, is that a lot of money they're losing out on?
Yeah, they'd survive. They'd still be good enough to win.
Yeah, I guess
They'll have enough money and enough. I mean, enough people be like, hey, shit, I get to play for Chelsea in the English one. Yeah, dude, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Play a bunch of dookie competition and just kick ass. It'd be interesting. I mean, especially if everybody else is getting penalized.
I mean, you're getting to play on like melon fields for soccer fields.
You got like Norfolk City is playing Chelsea and then United and then City back to back to back. It's like, damn, dude, I just wanted to play Swansea this week, but no. It's crazy.
You're sitting there playing Cardiff City. You're like, I got Liverpool, Chelsea, and tie 3 straight weeks after today.
With no hope of it ever getting better. Those teams are just staying relegated. And the teams that are at the bottom of the Premier League know that they're going to just get shit on as soon as they get back. It'd be so much fun. I'd be down to watch how that unfolded, to be honest.
For like 1 year, the Champions League is like just wild. Like you got Wolves in the semifinals.
Oh, shit. You got like Wolves and Sevilla and
you got Bordeaux.
Fucking what Mockenblock? I don't know how to say their name. I don't know. They're German.
Oh, dude, that would be so like PSG and Munich would be just like watching it, like all these teams and like their second and third like in their countries, and they'd be like, I guess champion. Like this is gonna be the easiest ever.
PSG plays Paris City, and you're just like, man, they're both Paris. They must both be powerhouses. Then you find out real quick that no, they're fucking not.
You're playing like the best team out of Greece, and it's like this might be the toughest challenge we have all tournament.
I'm playing Zykov, whatever that team is in Russia. It's like, well, shit, welcome to the show, big guys. And then they're like, we don't want to be here, bro. We know we don't have a chance.
Like, well, like Dynamo, or I think that in Moscow.
Yeah.
Like they're like the only like really good team in Russia, right? They're like the only team that makes any kind of noise. And it's like you get the second place team and they make the semifinals by beating Wolves and Leicester and Cardiff City and all these other teams. And then it's like, man, this Champions League thing, this ain't as tough as what everybody said. And then the next year you get to play Chelsea. And then you get to play fucking Juventus, and oh, dude,
awesome. I don't understand what the problem is. I think they should have went through with it now that I think about it.
Could you imagine Cristiano Ronaldo playing in a second tier Italian league? They're playing like the 6th best team in Naples. Just beating the shit.
I mean, get his career back on track. That's all he needs.
Cristiano scoring 6 goals a game.
That would be so much fun to watch, just to see how it plays out. But
all those players would be like, you know what, the MLS doesn't sound that bad, actually.
Yes, let's go. Soccer back in the U.S. That's what we should have done. We should have made it happen. Fuck. Wow. FIFA ruined it for all of us.
Missed opportunity.
FIFA.
Sporting Kansas City was just sitting there like,
now's our time, dude. We got this shit in the bag.
Oh, man.
Oh, no. But yeah, I mean, we don't really talk soccer on here ever, but hey, if we do, something big's happening.
Yeah.
That shit was something big.
That was big, man. That was the greatest soccer stuff, man. I kind of wish it would happen again, just that way. You know what I mean? Like I took it for granted. Those 48 hours, I was like, "Oh man, this is." And then like Thursday came, and I'm like, "Man, that was kind of fun, actually."
I was gone before you know it.
Twitter hasn't been nearly as lit.
Oh no! I mean, I had so many people on my page that I've never seen talk soccer, and they're all in here just losing their shit about it. I'm like, hey, welcome to the club.
Welcome to soccer Twitter. What's good?
But yeah, soccer, man. Fix it. Let United win it all next year. We're all fine. Best team in Europe by far, never a doubt.
United? That's wrong.
Yeah, no. They've never lost a game. Never seen it happen.
That's why I see you every Saturday morning on Twitter bitching about their back four or whatever it is.
Yeah, their back four fucking blows. They haven't spent money on a good center back. That's what you get. You're gonna fucking lose.
Hey, well, if you would come out of retirement, you know.
No, I don't know if that's gonna help at all. I ain't trying to get megged by some dude.
You end up as a GIF by like the 10-minute mark.
I would not last that long.
Oh, come on. Now you're telling me you wouldn't last 10 minutes in an EPL game? 10 minutes.
No. Some 17-year-old Argentinian's going to sauce the shit out of me. It would not be a good look. Speaking of soccer, IU just won the Big Ten tournament a couple days ago. Number 3 in the country, about to win the Natty.
Okay,
Let's
that's
go.
cool. That's cool.
They ball.
Since when did they play soccer in the spring?
Always have.
Girls or boys?
Well, it's men's and women's in college.
Sorry. Oh, yeah. My bad.
Men's is in the spring. I don't know about women's.
Because D3 is in the fall.
Yeah, well, D3 is wrong.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you're right, you know.
I don't know for sure. But, yeah, IU balled out. They're one of the best programs in the country. Pretty much consistently. Just like their basketball team's about to be. We did note it.
Yeah. I mean, you guys did get the right head coach. I mean, you guys stole from an elusive or an elite, not elusive, an elite coaching staff in the Mecca. So, I mean,
I tried to tell you all year that the Knicks were going to be the best team in the league, and you just didn't want to listen.
No, you didn't. If I recall correctly, you said they were going to be dog shit.
Yeah. Well, like I've said,
now look at the Pacers. Now look at the Pacers. You know.
Listen, the Pacers suck. I know that. I don't have any problem admitting that the Pacers suck, and they're not going to get any better.
Knicks are going to be hosting a playoff series.
They're also going to be. That also means they're going to be hosting a first round upset sweep.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, we might have to see about that.
Who they gonna get? Where they at, the 4 seed?
Yeah, I mean, if they get the 4, they might get
What, Miami?
I was gonna say Miami or Atlanta.
Miami beats them easy.
No. The defense is too good. It's too good. It is.
Have you seen like Miami's defense or anything? It's pretty good too.
Nah, but they're not nearly as good.
Yeah, and the Knicks' offense isn't even close to being nearly as good.
Okay. While true, they've just been waiting all year to turn it up on D. So, hold on, 8 straight. 8 straight. They're gonna go for 9 tomorrow against Toronto. Knicks are getting hot at the right time.
Yeah, Actually, they're getting hot at the wrong time because there's still about a month left of the regular season, so it's going to cool off. Heat or Atlanta. Atlanta, they would have a chance on.
Well, I mean, imagine this. They go on a 25-game winning streak to close the season. Now you're looking at like the 2 seed. Randall's getting MVP consideration. I'm just saying.
The Pacers win the fucking playing game. They get the 7 spot. Look at that. Pacers next first round. Pacers probably win it.
I mean, winning the first person to go home award, yeah, sure, but they ain't beating New York.
Look at the record this year, bro.
You know how RJ Barrett is when he goes to Banker's Life, dude. He just
that's a good one. I forgot about that. That might be the Knicks in 4. Dude, he's one of those guys. Him and Terrence Ross, bro. They see that fucking Banker's Life sticker on the floor and they just put their fucking Superman suit on. They don't miss. That shit's so embarrassing. I've never seen Terrence Ross score 30 in a game outside of Indiana, and he does it every single goddamn time he's here.
Yeah, man, because, I mean, just it's built different. You know what I mean? Just the vibes are immaculate, man. But, no, the Pacers might not. They got to be careful. They may not even make the playoffs if they stay injured. I mean,
yeah. Well, when their starting lineup's going to consist of Amita Brima and O'Shea Brissett in the front court, yeah, they're probably pretty much fucked.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't going to say it, so I'm glad you did it for me. But, yeah, they're pretty – boy, that is rough.
They've had –
and somehow they were still 9-point favorites over the Thunder the other night.
Yeah, I don't know how. I lost money on that. Let me tell you. I put so much money in. I put so many different bets in for the Thunder player props and the Thunder to win all this, and not a single one hit.
The oof difference.
It was bad. It was a nice kick in the balls. The Hoosiers though. Who'd they just get? Cocksucker. The Brewers just hit a home run. There it goes. IU just got a 4-star commit for next year, and they got like 3 big-time transfers. I told you Mike Woodson was the right hire as soon as it happened. I said, hey, listen, there's no sense of worry in my bones right now. IU's back.
What about Larry Brown being the assistant coach?
Yeah, they aren't hiring him. They decided that it wasn't in the best interest of the program at the moment. So he still talks to Woody, but they don't need him. They're balling without him. But yeah, fuck, basketball sucks. I don't know if I've ever had a worse sport to watch in my life than basketball. Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, what else is there? There's nothing else to do around now. Baseball.
Hockey's getting ready to get really interesting, but your Rangers are probably not making the playoffs, sadly.
They're getting hot at the right time.
Well, actually, they are. They are 8 points out of 4th, but 4th place is Boston, and Boston's not missing the playoffs. Not with Taylor Hall.
Oh, would you like to put a bet?
That Boston doesn't make the playoffs?
And the Rangers do.
Dude.
I am just kidding. I do not want to make that bet.
I was getting ready to say, how much can I take out to make this?
I might be stupid, but I'm not a fucking idiot.
Taylor Hall Bruins are not losing to the Rangers. Not this year, at least. The Rangers, though, I mean, if they can keep their core with Panarin, Zibanejad, and Lafreniere, even though Lafreniere has had a disappointing year by pretty much all standards, I thought he was going to be a lock for the Calder Trophy this year, and it looks like it's going to go to Kirill out of Minnesota. But man, that is rough. I still think he's can't miss, but I'm surprised he's had as bad of a year as what he has had this year.
Yeah, you don't want to just ruin everything as a rookie. You know, you want to kind of get your feet wet a little bit. Be an MVP. I'd rather be an MVP in my second year than be the. And the Brewers just hit another fucking home run. Cock. I'd rather be MVP in year 2 than Rookie of the Year 1. That's just me. Who else?
That's true. I'll give you that.
I've watched approximately 3 hockey periods this year.
Yeah.
Very exciting. They were all college. Other than that, I really haven't. I'm just waiting for the playoffs.
Playoff hockey is the best out of any sport to watch. Playoff hockey is the best playoff.
Okay, somebody's never watched playoff highlight, but
And playoff what?
highlight?
I guess not. No.
I don't know what the fuck it is, but I know it's a sport. Cricket.
No. The Leafs.
Cup of cricket.
Last week on our technical difficulties podcast, I went through what I thought were really good trades, and the Leafs at that time were 9-0-1 in their last 10, and then proceeded to lose 4 straight. And so they won last night against Winnipeg, but man, if they can get through into the Final Four, boy, it really depends on what matchup they get. If they can get someone like Colorado, maybe they get a chance to make some magic happen, but I don't know. If they get someone like Tampa Bay or Boston, that's I just don't see them winning. They're not physically tough.
SMH, just a bunch of pussies. Hey,
not a lot of sandpaper on that team.
Nico Horner's in left field. He's not a left fielder by any means. Yeah, I literally don't know anything about hockey this year. I thought I was going to watch a lot of hockey. I didn't. Are the Lightning good?
Yeah, they're really good this year. They have a chance to repeat, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I picked them as my preseason champion. I don't know if I picked the preseason champion, but if I did, I definitely 100% picked the Lightning. You heard it here first.
That was, ironically enough, that was the only champion in the 4 major sports that you got right last year. So
on accident, I just literally threw out a team. What I did was I looked up NHL predictions, and I saw that they were like 3rd in predictions at the time, and I was like, yeah, let's pick them.
Yeah.
YOLO. I'm sorry, I'm just a genius. Let's see. What else is happening in sports? NFL draft is Thursday. I need you to settle something.
Okay.
What do I eat draft night? Wings or tacos?
Wings. Because do you have a B-dubs near you? Because if so, you got the 60-cent wings.
You're not wrong, but we have a B-dubs here, and it is also the worst B-dubs I've ever been to.
Oh.
But we also have a Wings Etc., and I'm not a big Wings Etc. guy. But I could maybe try to get like Wingstop.
No, hey, Wingstop, you cannot go wrong. That's probably the best of the 3 you just named.
Yeah, I might.
Unfortunately, it is going to be a little pricier considering you get it on Thursday, not Monday or Tuesday.
Hey, it happens.
It's true.
Hey, Caleb, if you're listening, text me when you get to this part and say, yeah, I want Wingstop, or no, I don't want Wingstop, and then that'll help me decide what we're doing Thursday night.
And if so, you get the garlic parm, and make sure you get the honey or the barbecue wings, lemon pepper if you're feeling spicy.
Lemon pepper's the answer.
Yeah, lemon pepper's good. I got the mango habanero there once. It was a little too hot to be enjoyable.
You're just a pussy.
Yes. Congratulations on your engagement, by the way. But I know that's a little insider ball there. But just in case you are watching this, just know I do congratulate you and hope you and your fiance are happy and doing well. Anyway, so enough of that. But yeah, if you can get Wingstop, definitely do Wingstop. But I mean, if you got the worst B-dubs in the country in Shelbyville and you're not a Wings Etc. guy, man, I guess taco. I mean, is it soft shell or hard shell taco?
Well, I do both, dumbass. You put a hard shell, then you wrap a soft shell with cheese. Wrap it around it. Double stuff that hoe.
Shredded or nacho?
Both.
Put both shredded and nacho cheese in it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, shit. Well, that's a game changer.
Little
Okay.
cilantro, maybe some lettuce.
Hold on. You don't do ranch, but you'll put cilantro and lettuce on your tacos?
Yeah. One's a taco topping and one's a fucking dipping sauce.
Yeah, but you wouldn't do dipping sauce with your wings.
No. Because they already have a sauce.
Yeah, that's why. And you dip the wing into the sauce. Your dipping sauce, the ranch.
The wing is pre-dipped in the fucking barbecue sauce.
No, it's not dipped. It's tossed. Big difference.
It's not a big difference.
Yeah, it is, because dipping, you're doing this, right? Boom. Tossed, you're doing...
Or I could just get boneless wings with no sauce and dip them in the sauce of my choosing. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's barbecue.
Yeah, but then you don't get as much sauce per...
First of all, I don't understand, why I'm getting so much hate for putting lettuce on a taco.
Because it's disgusting.
Well, if you're talking about Taco Bell lettuce, then yeah. I don't want water soup on my taco. That's just a no-go. I'm gonna eat lettuce. I'll put lettuce or cilantro on my taco. Put some cilantro on chorizo. Oh. You're a fucking lunatic. You're telling me...
You put tomatoes on your taco?
Put what?
Tomato?
No.
You go sour cream?
No, I don't use sour cream.
Do you do like a taco sauce or a hot sauce to put on your taco?
I used to. I don't anymore.
Oh, why? You just become too good for taco sauce?
I subbed in queso for that roll. The queso...
Hold on. So you're dipping your taco in queso and then eating it?
Let's take...
I gotta know. I gotta know.
Let's take... Are you dipping your taco in taco sauce?
No.
Then why the fuck would I dip it in queso? You pour the queso on you pour on a fucking taco sauce.
Yeah, but the taco sauce is a little thicker, and it absorbs much better than what the queso does. That queso, you take a bite of it, it's gonna be dripping down your fingers, onto your hand, onto your clothes, on the carpet.
No. I'm not pouring a gallon on there. I'm just drizzling some on top, and then you fold the taco and you pinch the back, and when you bite it, it doesn't squeeze out the back end.
Yeah, but taco, you put the taco sauce on it, right?
I know how you put taco sauce on taco.
So you put the taco sauce on it. You put a generous amount of taco sauce on the taco, right? It gives it a little extra oomph, a little extra kick, right? The queso, you can't put just a little drizzle on it. Then you don't even realize it's there. If you got the nacho back taco with the shredded cheese and the lettuce, you gotta put a shitload of the queso on there to even taste the queso. And now it's on your palms. And
you missed my first point. I used the soft shell and a hard shell.
Yeah.
I put queso as the binder on the soft shell.
No, you said nacho cheese.
Nacho cheese and queso is the same thing.
No. Well,
I'm not putting yellow queso or yellow nacho cheese. I'm putting queso. I'm not using nacho like a pretzel.
Okay, all right. That's a big difference.
It's a layer of queso on the tortilla. You wrap it around the taco. In the taco, you put the meat, the cheese, the cilantro, and another round of the queso up in the meat.
Okay, all right. See, now where I'm from, we call those nacho bags. So, and we put nacho cheese on the soft shell, and that's why I'm thinking if you're doing the nacho cheese and the shredded cheese, first of all, the shredded cheese is getting lost in the nacho cheese, right? And then you're gonna drizzle the queso, and you're not even gonna taste the queso.
You taste plenty.
No, No, bro.
Jesus Christ, I don't have time for this. If you're sitting here and you're putting tomato and onion and lettuce and
I don't even
meat,
talk to you if you do that.
but you can't taste everything, then why put it in there?
See, I don't. But
What do you put on your taco?
just all right. So my go-to taco, right? Soft shell, no hard shell. Get that out of here. My go-to, I go soft shell with the meat. I go taco sauce. I go cheese. I go sour cream to balance out the heat of the taco sauce and gives a little bit of extra texture. And I go cheese, shredded, not queso, shredded.
You have 4 wet things in there, and you're telling me that having a little bit too much cheese is gonna make it where I can't taste it?
Queso.
What?
The queso dominates everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I said, for my taco, it's the meat, which wet ingredient. The taco sauce, another wet ingredient. Sour cream, that's a solid. That's not a liquid. That's a solid ingredient. And then you got the cheese.
Why the fuck are you sitting here telling me that sour cream is a solid and the meat is a wet topping?
Because your taco meat, you use the seasoning in the water, and so it's a little bit of a sauce, right? You season the meat. The seasoning is a little wet.
No, my taco is not wet. My taco meat is not a sauce. You drain the grease and then you season it, and it's still a texture. It's still a solid texture you put in a shell. It's not paste.
But you just don't put the seasoning salt right on the meat. You mix that up with a little bit of water, and then you pour that over your meat, and then you let it simmer. Right? You let it simmer. You ain't out there.
Whoa! Let's run this shit real back. You
I got the
taco seasoning in water and mix it, and then pour it over taco meat.
Yes. And then you let that simmer, and then you put that on your taco.
No.
Yeah.
No. You
How
put
do you
the
do
taco
yours?
meat, you put the meat in the pan.
Yeah.
And you cook it. And then
yeah, we agree so far.
And then you just pour the packet of the seasoning on the meat, and you mix it.
No, then you got unevenness. It's uneven.
Not if you stir it.
Yeah, but even if you stir. Hold on. You can't pour the meat. You can't pour the seasoning directly on the meat because then it's oversaturated in some areas, and then it's not saturated enough in others.
You don't just you take it and you go same as when you pour the water in. You take the packet, you drizzle it all around, and then you mix it and you chop it and you throw it all around and you spread it all out. It is not that complicated.
So
you are putting way too many steps to have first of all, your first mistake is having a wet fucking taco meat.
Well, it's not a goddamn soup whenever you take it off. You let it simmer, and then the water boils and evaporates off and everything. And so you're left with a well seasoned, a tasty, but it is a little wetter. It is a little wetter.
Buddy, you got some things you need to fix in your personal life, fucking stat. I'm never asking you for wings or tacos again because you put me on this tangent I didn't want to go down. Now I'm sitting there wondering that you tacos the wrong way, so now I have to discredit everything you ever told me about food. And you put sour cream on it? Gross.
No, I put the sour because I like my taco sauce hot, man. I like a hot taco. I'm not putting buffalo sauce on my tacos, but I'm putting a hot taco sauce on my tacos, and I want to enjoy it, right? So the sour cream takes out some of the heat from my taco sauce.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. If you want the taco sauce to be hot, why are you using sour cream to balance out the hotness? Just don't have the hot if you don't want the fucking hotness.
Because you can't put mild on it because the mild ain't hot enough and it's got a weird texture. You can't put the medium hot on it because the medium hot it's got a super weird texture. That's why you put the hot on it because the hot is more of like it's a thinner sauce. It's more of an extract than a chunkier kind of sauce, and it's a little too hot, right? And so you add the sour cream to make it more enjoyable, and so it's got the right amount of taste. It's got the right amount of heat. It's got the right texture.
And I'm too picky with my fucking food. Are you out of your goddamn mind?
Now, I didn't say I wasn't picky.
Listen to yourself talking in circles. This is horse shit. You won't dip your wing in ranch, but I'll put 40,000 things on tacos, so it's the perfect blend. No.
Hold on. You out here putting goddamn cilantro on your tacos. That's overhandling to me. That's overhandling.
Cilantro belongs on tacos. Now, typically I only put cilantro if it's chorizo, because I like that pairing.
So now, okay. So you just want to put cilantro on anything. It's got to be a certain kind of meat where you...
Yeah.
Who's talking in circles now here?
Yeah. At least I make my fucking food the right way.
Yeah, you didn't even know the difference between queso cheese and nacho cheese.
Because I never heard. I just assumed you
never heard of nacho cheese.
I've never heard of somebody putting nacho cheese on tacos.
Yeah.
I put queso on my tacos.
No, down here on Nutty Block.
You go to a Mexican restaurant and they say, "Would you like us to bring you some salsa?" You say, "No, thank you. But could I please get some queso?" Do you have any nacho cheese? Who the fuck puts nacho cheese on taco?
Come down here to Taco Tierra, man. They got nacho back tacos, $2.49 a pop. Best things you'll have there, man.
It's just a walking taco.
No, it's a hard shell taco, and I get mine meat cheese only, no sour cream because I don't like their taco sauce. And then they put a soft shell taco around it, but the soft shell nacho cheese that glues it to the hard shell. It's nacho back tacos, man. Google it. And see, that's what I thought you meant whenever you said it, but then you said it with queso, and I'm still sitting there thinking queso would be a little too runny. Queso would be a little runny if you're putting a good layer on it. You either shorten yourself on the queso or you got that shit running down your forearms. Which one is it?
If you want a good taco, you got to make a mess.
Okay. All right. So
a good taco makes a mess. I'm just saying.
That's true. Okay. That's good. You know what? I agree with you on that.
My plate.
I agree with you on that.
Because I'm right. Way to come to your senses.
I agree with you on that. Still can't believe you don't eat ranch with your wings, man. But yeah, if you can get Wingstop, I'd go wings. If not, go tacos, man. Go tacos. You gonna be live streaming it? Now that's another thing. Are you live tweeting it?
Yeah, I'll probably live tweet it.
Oh, then you gotta go wings then, dude, because you can't have that shit dripping down your forearms as you're trying to tweet out the pics.
Well, if I'm eating wings, I'm gonna have fucking sauce over my fingies.
No, because you're getting boneless wings. Eat that with a fork. Exactly. So what the hell are we talking about? Get the boneless wings with the fork, and you don't have to deal with the sauce going to your elbows.
We'll see. Guys, I'm sorry. I just wanted to ask a simple goddamn question, and this idiot had to turn it into this whole spiel about eating queso and sour cream and bullshit.
Yeah, man. You make tacos next Thursday. You gotta post a picture one, because I'll critique it for you. I'll critique it.
I'm not making tacos.
So who makes the damn tacos then? So you going wings then?
I'm probably doing wings. I'm not making tacos. That's extra work for me.
So where the hell do you get the tacos? So where do you get the tacos from if you're doing tacos? You don't do the tacos homemade?
I would, but I've settled myself on wings, so I'm not going to be making tacos.
Okay. So
beyond tacos for this upcoming week.
So let's say Caleb says no to Wingstop. You going to commit to 60-cent boneless at B-Dubs?
I don't know.
This is a big decision here, folks. We find out what he's
myself, but then that's just too much work. We'll see. Keep you guys updated.
This is kind of the big. This is the biggest news coming out of this podcast. Is what's going to be for dinner on Thursday night.
Let's see.
Now, do you do anything special for Friday and Saturday?
I don't know yet. Usually not. Usually
Like Saturday, do you do chips and dip? Is that what you're eating the whole day, or you just eating appetizers the whole day Saturday?
Saturday, ooh, I might have to fuck around and get some like pretzel bites.
See, I'm just saying you got to plan this stuff out in advance. They might be out of pretzel bites this time next week.
I don't think Walmart's on a pretzel bites middle of April.
You don't know. Maybe there's a lot of people thinking like you and being like, "Hey, I'm gonna watch the draft for 10 hours on Sunday or on Saturday. I'm gonna eat the pretzel."
I don't think any sport planning on doing that.